We are live here at the rooftop, at the junction rooftop. I keep missing that word, man. It's Jimmy Gatho live on 94.4. This is SpiceFM. Now, on to some, not so serious, because you see Irungu Horton here, the executive director of Amnesty International. Irungu, good to see you.
Hi, Jimmy.
And I'll tell you a lot more about what Irungu tried to get into politics, which wasn't bad. And then I've got Alfa Cat.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you, man. So, Alfa, let me start with you, because
Yes.
so I was trying to Google you, and there's not much information about you online. Is that deliberate?
It's pretty much deliberate, but it's something I need to work on because there's a lot of mistaken identity. Firstly, my real name is Katle Hotswene from South Africa, and I'm a piano artist, an entrepreneur, a young activist at heart.
Wow.
And basically, I'm here
Wow.
because of Amnesty International and Freedom Fest that's happening tomorrow.
So you do have something to say about human rights?
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that all humans are equal. I'm a firm believer that we are all supposed to be able to be treated equally and all lives matter. But Black Lives Matter too, you know. Yes, you gotta be on brand. I can't Kanye West right now. But most importantly, I feel like it's important that young people start taking consideration some of these conversations because we tend to overlook them a lot. Yeah.
Irungu, this is different. This is so different. Amnesty International, predominantly known as a very serious enterprise.
Right.
A concert? Why?
No, we misjudged. Maybe we have identity theft also, right? It's like everybody just thinks that we're always about catching bad guys and we're taking people to court and so on. But we actually have a lot of fun as well. I mean, we took Alfa Cat to Mathare this morning, and he grew up in Mafeking, and what was really interesting was watching his face kind of connect between what he used to see when he was young and what is happening in our urban settlements right now. And we were talking to young performers. We were talking to people who are basically just starting their craft, and they listen to Alfa Cat, and he's great because he mentors not just musically but even economically. So this is also our work. Our work is also raising the performing arts. It's raising creatives who can speak truth to power, who can do social justice work, because if you can do that, then you can actually raise a country that respects the Constitution, and then we don't see so much of the ugliness, we don't see so much of the pain. That's why we're doing the concert tomorrow.
So you could identify with Mathare?
Yeah. I saw a lot of young, hopeful.
Did you see yourself in that?
Yes, of course. I saw a lot of them resembling what I used to also go through. Because as a young black child, you're always hoping that you'd get help from external forces. But then I was trying to always ignite in them that the help comes from within. So everyone in that room, in that session that we're having, was a very heated session of questions, Q&As, and we were discussing matters not around only music, but around how the government can get involved in arts and what they could do to sustain a business as young entrepreneurs, as young crafted entertainers. So it was a conversation just making sure that we can share points and share information. But I was very, very interested. I was very, very excited about the whole experience. Also, with consideration of it being Freedom Day, it was so on brand because we were literally doing what one would say the Lord's work. You get me? Because for me, that is what I'm called to do.
This is amazing. So globally, I know a huge celebration in Kenya. I think it's 10 years.
Well, actually, so Amnesty International has been around for about 62 years.
Yes.
And actually, for the last 50 years, we've run concerts, particularly in Amnesty USA. So Fela Kuti has performed for us, Bruce Springsteen has performed for us. I mean, I don't want to be that guy who drops names, right? I would drop. But the most important, where I was going with that? Is actually Alfa Cat is now performing for us, right?
Boom!
So is Eric Wainaina, so is Femi One. They're going to be on a stage tomorrow. And we've got about, I think, 6 DJs who are performing throughout the day. It's happening at Imara Ole Sereni Hotel. The tickets are still available, so we really invite people to basically buy their advance tickets and come along tomorrow and just enjoy. We call it Dancing with a Cause. I think you said Party with a Cause.
Party with a Cause. So Alfa Cat corrected us because we were using a nasty word earlier, and it says, no, guys, party. Nothing violent, just party with a cause.
Yeah, party is a double entendre.
Yes.
You know why? Because Amnesty International could be a party with a cause. Come on now. Yeah. Are you raising funds for something?
So,
What is that? Yeah.
you know, Amnesty's work over the last 10 years, it also happens to be our Amnesty Kenya's 10th anniversary, right? So we turned 10, and there is some really big news we're dropping tomorrow, hopefully, if the international board makes the right decision today. I can't break more than that, but we have been looking for basically a green card from the international board, which hopefully will drop today. We might be able to announce that tomorrow. But we essentially doing this because over this year at least we've had about 100 whistleblowers, human rights defenders, you know, gender activists, journalists, gay refugees who have come to us for support and protection. And we've done many things with them. We've been able to give them legal advice. We've been able to get them out on bail. We've given them safe hiding. And in some cases, you know, they've been able to be evacuated from very dangerous places. But all of this takes money. So really the concert is an opportunity for Kenyans to contribute to a public defenders fund. And next year, we will be launching one of the biggest public defenders fund funded by Kenyans, not by Americans, not by Swedes, but by Kenyans. And it will be essentially a Kenyan justice fund.
Do you have that in South Africa? Is
No.
it as... Oh,
No, we don't. Not that I know of, to my knowledge. But
Your thoughts, though?
well, my thought about that is that it's very, very, very inspirational because it shows that there are people who care genuinely, not
and
just
they don't
for.
care about how violent, how dangerous it, because it can be. Can be.
Can't even talk about how dangerous it could be. But what I'm happy about is that it's happening. That there are people
That's
who are
right.
able
That's
to,
right.
who are saying, "I will take on the fight for the people."
powerful.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Take
So,
on the fight for the people.
Yeah, that's what essentially is the most important.
Give us a glimpse. What are I mean? Public defenders. First time I'm hearing it in terms of its enormity. How enormous is it in this country? And give us the pros and cons. What are we looking at, Irungo?
So the National Council of Administration of Justice released their annual report. One of the statistics that really got to me was the police investigate about 500,000 cases a year. Out of those cases, about 89,000 are serious crimes. So it means homicide, it means murder, it means sexual-based violence, it means robbery with assault. Many of those cases will not proceed to a conviction because most of the evidence comes from witnesses, comes from testimonies. Now, if you're too frightened to be able to testify that you saw somebody shoot somebody, that case collapses, right? So it is the responsibility of the government to provide the capacity to be able to protect whistleblowers. But do you know this? Several years after the Constitution, I think we're now into the 11th year, we don't even have a Whistleblower Protection Act. We don't have a legal framework to protect whistleblowers. The only time you get protection from the state is when it goes to court, when you have a court process. So as Amnesty, we are now reaching out to the Witness Protection Agency, to the ODPP, to the National Police Service, to all the agencies which are government agencies, to see how can we support them to make sure that more cases can go to court and we get some convictions for these bad guys.
A couple of questions. One is, apart from the concert, because this is huge, can people just raise funds outside the concert? Can this conversation continue?
No, absolutely. I mean, we have a number of human rights organizations, and we're not territorial or competitive, right? So I'll just shout out a couple of organizations. So the International Commission of Jurists are going to set up a fund to basically support people who want to ensure that people have access to justice, legal aid. The Human Rights Defenders Fund has been set up by the coalition called the Defenders Coalition. The Amnesty Fund will be available as well. So there are different avenues where Kenyans can go and make a contribution. But ultimately what we say to people is don't just make a one-off contribution. Join an organization. We would say join Amnesty International. We have a website, as most organizations do, amnestykenya.org. You can register. I've not heard anybody who's had to go to hospital on the account of the pain of registration. So you're welcome to register. Join us. Today we're really proud because one of the circles of conscience, like our chapters, is celebrating its first year of existence, and it's the Nairobi chapter. So I'm gonna next time.
Is that all 10 years now?
Yeah, 10 years. So it's great. It's one year today. Amnesty Kenya 10 years.
So the Kenya chapter is 1 year old.
Yeah. So it's active. And they're doing stuff on migrant rights. Like, all these cases of women who are being basically just traded into slavery in Qatar, and they are helping those people to get justice either there or here.
I want to ask you.
Yeah.
You're an artist.
I'm an artist.
You're an artist.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you haven't met a lot of our artists here, you will eventually.
Yeah.
But your words of advice to them in terms of you speak for the society. Your music speaks to the people.
Yes.
How can they speak about human rights, about being defenders, and not be scared of singing at the top of their voices with that?
Yeah.
Because you've done the same.
I think when it comes to that, it's not more about the music anymore. Let your music be your craft of expression, and whatever you want to express, let that be so. But it doesn't. I'm a musician, but I'm first. Before I become a musician, I'm a human.
Yeah. Oh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that comes as first. So being a human means that I need to do what is human, which is care, which is be a part of, which is partake, defend, which is support, which is love. So all of these characteristics come before the art. And for me, the art is a form of expression. It's good to want to find a way of expressing. What I would never tell an artist how to express themselves.
No.
But I'd always say that first things first is that you need to know that before you're an artist, you're human. So get out there. It would be nice to see the biggest stars in Kenya get a hold of Amnesty International and be like, we saw what you did the last time when Alfa Cat was there. We are saying that we want to be a part of the next one. Let's do an activation. Let's do a bread run. Let's go to the community. Let's go back to Matate. Let's talk to the kids. Let's clean up. Let's do something as artists. That will be a beautiful thing to see. You know what I'm trying to say?
You wrote a book, Irongo.
Apparently for my sins. I should ask you on camera. Did you buy a copy?
Actually, I ordered it online. However, there's something powerful about it, and
he's even read it. Like, he's gonna create a page. Wow. My God.
No, come on, man. No, listen. I like.
Let's Google as well.
No.
Amazon and
Okay. So the thing is this. No, because you're very in the book. You're very passionate about freedom, and I like how you say it. Embrace a constitution that allows you to be free. Powerful. Meaning.
No, it's like, let's just put it this way.
We are not free yet? I mean,
no, there is so much there's so many ties that try to hold us down, right? So it's either they try and control your mind, they control your voice, they don't let you freely express yourself. Yeah. You can't be yourself. You have to dress a particular way. You have to be this this sexual identity. You can't do that. You can't do this. And the thing we have to just tell people, freedom under our constitution gives you the right to be free, to be safe, to be yourself, to be dignified, to be schooled, educated, and to be essentially healthy, That's all we're asking for. Like, there's no other purpose of being alive if you don't have those things.
That's true.
And, I think for musicians, really having the freedom to express yourselves and to really raise hope in a society where cost of living is high, people are struggling, Hustler Fund doesn't seem to be working quite the way you want it to work. And I'm not dissing the Hustler Fund.
No.
I'm just saying that, we need a lot more support. You're worried about GMOs. You really need constitutional rights and freedoms to be able to do this work. And that's what the work of Amnesty is really to give people the courage and to protect them when their rights are violated.
Let's talk about the concert. So when is it? What's happening? Alfa Cat will be there, huge. Who else? Tell us about the concert. What's going to happen?
So it's 12 hours of music, laughter, and dancing, right? And it's primarily, we call it the Freedom Fest, #FreedomFestKE. The tickets are available. Still, I'm told they may be running out soon, but I'd really invite people to go and buy their tickets. And for those 12 hours, we have 6 DJs, we have 10 acts. Some of them are the musicians that Alfa Cat was with in Madare, the Waga team, people like Teardrops, people like Anthem, there's a whole bunch of people. There's Eric Wainaina, there's Femi One, there's of course Alfa Cat, and really we're going to have some fun there. It's going to be great. DJ Monique?
Yes.
Okay, we're all kind of crushes of hers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Alfa Cat's not a crush yet because DJ Monique is just like special. Brains, beauty, and just elegance, right? So she's the DJ for the day. She's the MC for the day. DJ Monique. She's Monique Bet.
Okay.
That's a real name, right?
Yeah.
I made it up.
No.
Okay.
No.
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 Okay. Sorry, you're sweating.
Message to your fans on that for the concert.
Yeah, man. I think if anything, if you are feeling like you don't want to party for any other reason, party for a cause. Why? Because this is a fundraising event. It's not because of any other reason, but we are trying to raise the funds so that we can be able to help Amnesty do the great job that they're doing. So if anything, let's make sure that we all come out there. If you're an Alpha Cat fan, if you're a piano lover, if you love Phonium, if you love Big Flexer, if you love Shetani, Mapita, I won't say the whole thing so you don't think as if you love Shetani. All of the music that we've been on, all of the music we've produced, I encourage you, I urge you to say, please come out and support and be at this party. Freedom Fest, 11th December.
Irongo Hudson, Alpha Cat, Jimmy Gatho, live on 94.4. This is Spice FM. Cynthia.
Spice.